Electroplankton is not a game. Electroplankton is more like a collection of weird little musical toys that you interact with using the common interfaces of the Nintendo DS. Primarily, you're going to be using the stylus with the touchscreen and the microphone. Occasionally, you use the D-pad to alter a few variables, but that's mostly how you interact with them. Now, they kind of set up the whole thing so that it looks like all of these little toys exist in like a petri dish or an aquarium. It all looks like marine life or microscopic organisms of some kind. By using that sort of a context, they're able to give a lot of personality to each of these individual toys. Now, there are 10 of these in total, and each one is pretty unique. There's some of them that share kind of similar traits, but for the most part, they're wildly different. The very first one, called Tracy, you just draw lines on the screen, and then the plankton will follow those lines and create piano tones as it goes, and depending on how fast you draw the line and where you draw the line and the kind of patterns you draw the lines in, will determine the tones that it makes. The hand and bow plankton seem the most like an actual game of all of the plankton in Electroplankton, because you can actually affect the environment that you're in. Every time that one of the planktons hits a leaf, it slowly changes the leaf from green to red, and if you can make all of the leaves turn from green all the way to red, then flowers will start to bloom on the plants. If that gives you sort of any perspective, that is as much of an objective as you will find in any of the toys in Electroplankton. Some of the more interesting plankton are the ones that allow you to have input other than just tapping on the touch screen. You can actually record sounds in some of them and then have them start looping back to you. I actually had a really interesting experience with this. I was playing the game on the bus, and so I would just start recording random sounds that I was hearing, and it would start looping, and you would start realizing the sort of random patterns that would emerge, and you would start hearing what sounded like music out of just noise. And that's kind of the gist of all of Electroplankton, is turning music out of just seemingly random chaos. Part of the problem with Electroplankton, though, is that there's really no ends to your creativity. You can noodle around with these little toys for a while, but you can never really capture anything you do. If you have some sort of great moment of creative genius, it just kind of goes away. You can't really save anything that you do. Once you quit out of one of the little planktons, then it's just gone. Additionally, Electroplankton is not going to appeal to people that are looking for something that is more game-like, because there is no game here. There is no reward, there is no objective, you're just kind of playing. It's a toy, really. Because of the very abstract nature of Electroplankton, really only those that are interested in this kind of experimental games as art concept are going to be drawn to and are going to enjoy Electroplankton.